CTV News at 5 with Tony Ryma and Rick Wyman with weather.
Good evening. Thanks so much for being with us on this Wednesday, September 3rd. Fire officials say it often enough. A working smoke detector saves lives. Last night in North Bay, that's exactly what happened. Crews were called to a blaze on Lorne Avenue to find the main floor of the residence engulfed in flames that were spreading throughout the home. The tenants of the basement apartment heard the smoke detector going off and were able to escape with their pets and called 911. The residents were assessed for smoke inhalation at the scene, but no one was injured. North Bay's fire services are reminding the public to test their smoke detectors monthly and make sure you have one installed on every floor of your home. Now let's talk weather and unsettled conditions in the region. For more about what's coming our way, let's bring in CTV's Rick Wyman. Rick.
Put a check mark on that term unsettled, Tony, for the next couple of days, right through between now and the weekend. Systems map brought to you by CAA. Get your membership today at caa.ca. This is the system right now that is bringing lots of precipitation to the northeast. Sault Ste. Marie. Precipitation today that will continue into this evening. In Greater Sudbury, 10 to 20 millimeters of rain in the forecast as well. So again, warned you yesterday, rain is coming for the next couple of days. We'll have some details on the 5-day forecast coming up. Tony?
Thanks for that, Rick. There's a battle right now over who should have control of 4 nonprofit housing buildings in North Bay. At last night's City Council meeting, the discussion became heated between board officials of a long-term care home and a city councillor. CTV's Eric Tashner has more.
Oh, okay.
At Castle Arms, these seniors do not want to see their beloved home change ownership.
The board that's running Castle Arms is doing a fantastic job.
Dozens of them attended last night's council meeting, holding hands off our home signs. Tenants are worried that oversight changes at the facility could mean a sale of the building or higher rent.
I have people paying $500 a month after their geared income, and they say market rent, they'd be homeless or not eating, one or the other.
All right, order, please.
They groaned, cheered, and clapped throughout the meeting, leading Mayor Peter Chirico to repeatedly call for order.
Council members need to get together and say, hey, enough is enough.
Meanwhile, the Castle Home Board is made up of member municipalities, and board members are promising that Castle Arms would not be listed for sale if it falls under municipal oversight.
They want these assets back because these are municipal assets that were built on the backs of the taxpayer.
Board members claim the Castle Home Board and the Castle Arms Board should be under one governing umbrella. It once was in 1986, but that model changed in late 2021. They were told the entities had to have separate boards, but now after receiving advice, that's no longer the case.
We had them for 35 years. For 35 years, the boards of Castle Home and Castle Arms mirrored each other, and they ran exceptionally well.
But Castle Arms wants to stick to its own identity and remain separate from the long-term care home.
How does an apartment complex benefit the residents of Castle Home? And there's only one answer: monetize that asset.
Councillor Jamie Lowry is the executive director at Castle Arms.
They've never answered the question as to why they want it, how they intend to improve the lives of the people that live in Castle Arms.
Council did vote to seek a third-party mediator to try to reach an agreement on restoring public oversight at Castle Arms. For the seniors living here, they feel like they're caught in the middle of it all.
It's time to stand up for seniors and give them their rights. We've worked hard.
Eric Tashner, CTV News, North Bay.
Just last week, duty-free shipping to the United States came to an end, leaving many small businesses across Canada wondering if they will survive the hit. CTV's Amanda Hicks has Northern reaction.
As of August 29th, the de minimis exemption, which allowed goods under $800 to enter the United States without extra fees, came to an end following orders from President Donald Trump. The Sault Ste. Marie Chamber of Commerce says small businesses are already feeling the impact.
A lot of the small ones right now, they're really trying to pivot and trying to adjust and understand how it's going to impact them. Some have just stopped shipping to the U.S. Others have tried to tack on their price, the added cost to their price, and saw sales volumes decrease. So it's had an immediate effect for sure.
Class Factor is an inclusive clothing store that's been operating in Sudbury for over a decade. Its owner says she stopped using a supplier in the United States recently due to the high costs and says the past few months have been stressful amid all the uncertainty.
The uncertainty in business, there's always some, but there's even more now. So it just makes the long-term planning a lot more difficult. And like I said, after 15 years, I truly thought this was going to get easier. It just seems to be getting more difficult.
It's a similar story for Nukify, which sells clothing and products online and in its physical location in downtown Sudbury. The hope was to break into the American market, but now the business's owner says that goal will have to be delayed for now.
We are now thinking like 2 to 3 times, like, okay, should we take the products from the US or should we deliver the products to the US, because the traffic is now there. So we need to now think. We need to now think and restructure, like how can we manage it.
For many small businesses, the hope is that a solution will be found. But for now, they are navigating a new and very challenging global market. Amanda Hicks, CTV News, Sudbury.
An idea from Sault Ste. Marie Council aims to establish wildfire training on a more national scale while bringing jobs to the city. City Council voted in favor of launching efforts to create a national wildfire center in the border city. The Soo has been in on a number of large-scale attempts to bring jobs to the city, including Amazon's HQ2 and most recently Canada Water Agency. Mayor Matthew Shoemaker is in favor of the idea brought forward by colleague Corey Gardy. He adds that experts in the area of forest firefighting have noted the need for a more cohesive approach to tackling the fires that often require provincial forces working together.
There's the expertise in monitoring, in dispatching, in planning, wildfire firefighting exercises right here through the Ministry of Natural Resources. There's also the water bomber training that happens here in Sault Ste. Marie. And then there's a number of other resources on the Ontario Forest Research Centre, the Great Lakes Research Centre, the Sault Ste. Marie Fire Services, and Sault Ste. Marie Airport.
Mayor Shoemaker says city staff will work on a pitch that will then be brought to the federal government's ministries of the Environment, Natural Resources, and Emergency Preparedness. It's time for a quick break. Coming up on CTV News at 5, Rick has your full weather forecast. Also ahead, a couple more beer stores are closing in the north, including this one in Sudbury.
When you see it happen, send it to CTV News. Text 10400 from your screen to ours. Text 10400.
For all of you interested in weather, I know that's why you're watching. This is really the weather pick of the day. This is early for this, but take a look at this wall of precipitation hovering over Moosonee, Kapuskasing, Timmins, Chapleau, Temiskaming Shores, Sault Ste. Marie, and soon to affect Greater Sudbury and Gore Bay. So the rain is coming. This is the system that will affect us for the next couple of days, and you can see it's swirling around and it's not about to leave the area. You'll get rain off and on in some cases, 10 to 20 millimeters in Greater Sudbury, the Soo. Lots of rain for today. And this is what you can expect over the course of the next couple of days. Sudbury Nickel Belt, chance of showers, a little bit of everything for tomorrow at 15. Friday, periods of rain, 13. Chance of showers on Saturday and a good chance of rain on Sunday at 60%, so 14 and 12. Your daytime highs, some cloud cover Monday, but hey, that's next week. Meanwhile, in the Soo, after a day of rain, chance of showers for tomorrow at 14. Showers Friday, here we go again. 13 your high. Chance of showers Saturday at 13 and 14 on Sunday. A slight chance of showers with the odd sunny breaks. Some cloud cover on Monday at 19 as things begin to warm up. Pretty well the same forecast right across the northeast. Timmins, Cochrane, Kapuskasing. Chance of showers, the odd sunny break to start things off. Friday, showers 13, 14 on Saturday. Chance of showers. More of the same on Sunday. Some showers at 10. Cloud cover Monday once again, warming up to 16. Those overnight lows 5 and 6 degrees. Meanwhile, in Temiskaming Shores, Kirkland Lake, chance of showers for tomorrow at 15. Periods of rain Friday at 12. 15 and 12 your daytime highs Saturday and Sunday. Chance of showers both days. Likelihood of 60% chance of showers on Sunday. Meanwhile, some cloud cover Monday, warming up all the way to 18. Nice turn of events there with the temperature. North Bay, West Nipissing, chance of showers at 15 for tomorrow. Periods of rain Friday 14, 16 and 11. Your weekend highs Saturday, Sunday. Chance of showers both days, even 60%. And Monday, 17 degrees with the cloud cover. Tony, some interesting numbers coming up on the 7-day forecast tonight. We'll run down what localities can expect this evening with rain. Lots of it coming up. Stick around for that. Back to you.
All right, we'll wait for that. Thanks, Rick. Residents in the Sault Ste. Marie area should prepare for some localized flooding, according to the local conservation authority. As Rick just mentioned, the Sault is getting heavy rainfall over the next few days. The city could see between 50 to 75 millimeters of precipitation, with higher amounts in areas impacted by thunderstorms. Conservation authority officials say this could result in flooding, especially in low-lying areas as water levels rise. Residents and visitors are urged to exercise extreme caution around all waterways. More beer stores are closing in the north, this time in Sudbury and Mattawa. The beer store on Notre Dame Avenue in Sudbury and on Valois Drive in Mattawa are slated to close in November. 4 other stores in southern Ontario will close then as well. Around the north, the beer stores in Little Current and Noelville will close October 19th, while locations in Levac and Azilda closed in July. Safety concerns around a homeless encampment in Timmins has prompted City Council to hire added security. The encampment is in the laneway near this emergency shelter on Spruce Street. The additional security is temporary. The city says it will run patrols in a 2-block radius around the shelter for 1 month between 7 p.m. and 7 a.m. Council has requested a report at the end of the trial period that details the results of the patrols and feedback from the community. The City of North Bay is looking for public input on the next phase of its downtown waterfront development plan. It focuses on a large common area behind the North Bay Museum. The idea is to design it in a way that complements the other nearby amenities, including the splash pad and playground. Officials say the goal is to enhance recreation, tourism, and the community. The first session is September 9th. Major news on the arena front in Trout Creek. Powassan's mayor says it's moving ahead to the next phase. In a Facebook post last night, Peter McIsaac writes, at tonight's council meeting, the municipality of Powassan Council accepted the engineer's report from Tacoma Engineering that will keep the Trout Creek Community Center open. Ice will be going into the arena in October. And the mayor has been a big proponent of fixing up the facility. Everything had been contingent on cost. The next phase includes determining how to approach future repairs to the interior and exterior columns. Engineers determined the community center, which is nearly 50 years old, was at the end of its serviceable life. September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. Sudbury Mayor Paula Five was joined by 3-year-old Gino LeClaire for a flag raising and proclamation today. Gino has pleural pulmonary blastoma and was helping to raise awareness about childhood cancer and the Northern Ontario families of children with cancer. Each year, the charity helps over 200 families with financial and emotional support through its 23 programs. It was started by a group of parents in 1998.
The supports that we offer were things that were really not available to families before. It can be very isolating for families in the north if you don't know anyone else who has a child with cancer. You're traveling for care and you're taking on all of these financial difficulties on top of what you're already dealing with emotionally. So that's really what our programs are all about.
The burden certainly of having a child and go through the treatments. We're lucky we have some here in Sudbury, but so often they need to go down to sick kids as well. So the more we can raise awareness that they are not alone and they are fully supported, that's what we were trying to do today with the flag raising and with the proclamation.
The charity will hold its largest fundraiser of the year, the Gold Soiree at the Steelworkers Hall, September 27th. Tickets are still available. It's a small place. Coming up on CTV News at 5. College Boreal in Sudbury is looking to sell its tiny home, but can it be used in the city? Students across the region are now back to school, as some headed to their first day of class today. That means school buses are back too. It's an opportune time to remind motorists about the rules of the road. We get more from CTV's Angela Gemmell.
It's hard not to notice the big yellow buses with their red and yellow flashing lights, yet some motorists still try to pass them.
It comes down to putting your personal time ahead of a child's life is what's happening here in most cases. I've heard stories where people literally pass a stopped school bus but then get caught in the drive-thru of a Tim Hortons waiting for a coffee.
Pierre Ranger has been advocating for school bus safety for more than 25 years, since his brother Adam was killed in Mattawa when a vehicle passed his school bus while he was crossing the road. Ranger says the issue still happens even in Mattawa.
There was a person that decided to go around a stopped school bus. They came up behind the school bus as it was stopped, red lights flashing, stop arm out, and they proceeded to drive around the school bus.
Despite some motorists ignoring the law, he knows advocacy works. It was their campaign that helped get legislation passed in 2022 to have flashing amber lights on buses as they're slowing down towards a stop.
We started a petition to try to get the law changed around that. We worked with the government to make it happen. Where we're successful in making it happen, but really it should have happened years ago. Ontario was the only place in North America that didn't run amber lights on their school buses. Everywhere else did. So really, all we did was bring our buses up to par with everyone else's.
Now the Let's Remember Adam campaign is working to increase the penalties to be equivalent to stunt driving.
Where if somebody chooses to go through that stopped school bus, they automatically lose their license, lose their vehicle, and have to go to court and explain why they deserve to have their license back. Every time you pass a stopped school bus, that's a child's life. So why should the penalty not be as strict as possible?
OPP warned drivers that passing a stopped school bus with its lights flashing comes with a fine of up to $2,000 plus 6 demerit points. There's also another ending, a worst-case scenario that Pierre Ranger and his family have had to live with since a motorist made that choice on February 11th, 2000. Angela Gemmell, CTV News, Sudbury.
College Boreal's tiny house project is almost completed. In 2022, the college started a special project for students to get hands-on learning experience in their desired fields. With this tiny project nearing completion, the future of tiny homes in Sudbury could expand. CTV's Madison Merrier has more.
From an architecture student's mind to reality. The first phase was the design, then it was the fabrication or the construction, and now we're moving into kind of evaluation of the project. This project began in 2022. A 400-square-foot tiny home built by Collège Boreal trade students is almost complete, and people can now bid to own it. While a sale would be nice, the real victory is the education. Our goal is really to provide hands-on experience to our students. So I think our professors are more than happy to really work together hand in hand so that our students can get the best experience that they can. Because the reality of our trade students is whether you're a carpenter, an electrician, or a plumber, you're probably going to end up working with other trades experts when you go into the workforce. One city councillor thinks there is potential for collaboration with Collège Boreal. Back in July, council voted against Leduc's proposal for a tiny homes pilot project aimed at helping the homeless population.
I'm not going to give up on the tiny home situation. By doing nothing, you gain nothing. By trying something, you learn from your experiences, and maybe it might be successful. Our homeless need somewhere to stay.
If you're interested in purchasing this tiny house, bidding closes September 10th, and some assembly will be required. However, all of the supplies are included. Madison Merrier, CTV News, Sudbury.
Via Rail Canada says its Canada Strong Pass was a huge success. The program offered free travel for children and teens 17 and under while traveling with an adult, and offered discounted fares to youth ages 18 to 24. According to Via Rail, they saw more than 50,000 bookings made using the pass for more than 43 million kilometers of travel. That's the same, they say, as traveling from coast to coast 9,000 times. The program drove ridership up 6.5% between June 20th and September 2nd, saving Canadian travelers more than $6.6 million this summer. The Timmins Chamber of Commerce held its 76th annual general meeting this afternoon and passed the gavel to a new president. CTV's Lydia Chubak has that story.
The Timmins Chamber of Commerce officially introduced its new president for the next 12 months.
Melanie Dufresne is the director of Collège Boreal's Timmins campus. She's been a chamber member for the past 5 years and looks forward to continuing her advocacy for the organization's 650 members.
We're looking at what's happening across the border from us with some of the changes and how that affects small businesses as a whole, and that's of course key to making sure that we're present and we do everything possible to advocate for those changes that are happening around us.
The passing of the gavel from outgoing President Tom Fott Jr. to the new leader took place today at the Larone Cultural Centre. Fott says Timmins is a vibrant and prosperous place to conduct business.
There's contractors everywhere, contacting trucks everywhere, gold is being produced, and gold is obviously not going to be tariffed, so, or at least that's what we're being told today.
This annual general meeting also took pause to give credit where it's due to those who make outstanding differences for the organization and to shine a light on the new board of directors. Lydia Chubak, CTV News, Timmins.
Beautiful colors when we return. Some viewers snap great pictures of the Northern Lights. You're watching First at 5. Our first community close-up comes to us from a stair south of Sudbury. Victor Berry sent us this photograph of beautiful Northern Lights on Labor Day. That is just spectacular. Thanks so much, Victor. To Timmins, where Brian Emblem sent us this photograph of the Northern Lights. Check out the McIntyre head frame in the foreground. Thanks so much for this, Brian. We are now heading north of Sault Ste. Marie to Goulet Bay. Rose Russo sent us some pictures. She says she doesn't want summer to end. She adds the sunset on Sunday was so beautiful. Thanks as always, Rose. Finally, a northern exhibit is set to open in Sudbury. Amber Hill Gallery will open the two photographers' Killarney exhibit this Saturday from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. with a reception. The exhibit features Sudbury photographers Kathy Browning and Nick DeBecke and showcases the natural beauty of Killarney. The reception is free and open to the public. And there's more news for the North coming up at 6. For now, continue watching as we hand things over to CTV National News.